guys, it's Media Strikes back on your Monday night, 7 p.m. Man, we have a huge show for you tonight. We've got Lisa Skye coming up, a female comedian.
We've got Nick B, we've got Suade, we've got...
Sean Declase. Man, tonight is going off. We've squeezed 4 segments in for you guys. So you're going to have to, really be kept on your toes tonight.
Now, we want to get you laughing, so we'll go straight into Lisa Skye.
I'm the conductor, yes, I'm the instructor.
So you like music? Or? Oh, cool. What sorts? Dude, let me just touch them once. Yeah, it's like my last article for Cracked.
Oh my god, you write for Cracked? My boyfriend loves that website.
Have a good night.
It's a great necklace.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
You're a hairdresser?
No.
Tailor.
No.
You're a paper crafts enthusiast?
No.
No.
I just really like blood. Oh, as a sexual thing.
That's probably all right then.
Yeah, I use traffic lights as safety words. Oh, sorry, what was your name?
Amber.
Oh, so you're an actress?
Yeah.
Huh. I used space jump as a safety word once. You want? Yeah. Yeah. I'm Lisa Skye. You know me.
I want you to tell me about your show, firstly. What's the show called and what's happening in this show?
Okay, it's called Songs My Parents Taught Me, and it's about sex, drugs, and rock and roll from the 70s, combined with modern day hedonism, because my parents were ridiculous in the 70s, and they had ridiculous friends, and they tell me all these stories, and not a lot has changed, which is weird, since it was about 40 years ago, so I kind of try and explore why that is, and throw some dick jokes in. Hooray!
Tell me, given that it's a comedy show, how do you come up with this? Did you actually sit your parents down on a couch and say, right, I want all the jokes from the 70s, give it to me now?
Oh, that would be way too heavy because the stories get really heavy. Basically, I just strike when they're really high, and just go, hey, what did you used to think about this? Go! And they go, oh, once my mate Bunny did this, and then, horrifying stories ensue. Well, that was the problem with this show. This is the 3rd iteration.
Okay.
And the 15th draft so far. Yeah.
Hey, I should point out that made me look like I'm way better at lady sex than I am, really.
Oh my gosh, amazing corset.
I said middle-aged man on the bus. You're kind of like my dad. If you'd never met my mom. Lisa Skye.
Anyway, I'm very easily distracted, which is why my scripts are so heavily scripted. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the 15 drafts.
Okay, so Lady Boner, the thing I'm taking to Edinburgh. So far, that's up to draft 26, and I haven't even taken all the tram references out yet.
How long do you tour a show for? How long before jokes become stale? Do they ever become stale? How does it all work in the comedy world?
Oh, it's really interesting. If you're a massive comedy nerd, I'm up to the bit with Songs My Parents Taught Me because I haven't performed it for a few weeks. So now, you know when cows walk around a paddock and cow pats fall out the back of them? I feel like that's me, but it's words falling out the front of me. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not funny, they're just words tumbling out of my stupid face hole. But then you get in front of an audience and you're like, oh, I'm going to say this joke. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's the funniest joke in the world.
And I love it.
And okay, this is funny. I remember now, jokes. So that's really gratifying to go back back to an audience. But I usually do stuff for the Melbourne Fringe.
Yep.
I do a version that's kind of a bit more daring and a bit more out there, and then judged on crowd reaction, I might do a preview season,
Okay.
and then I'll do the comedy festival, and then I might next year I'm doing Edinburgh and other festivals interstate. I don't know. I'm so poor. I'm gonna have to do blowjobs for diamonds again.
Why not? Why not?
Hey, look, these aren't actually real. I've got like a box of Kleenex in there. Check it out. Touch them. Aloe vera. Soft. Touch them. Touch them. Touch
Doing
them.
it.
Well, I was talking to one of my favourite authors, Kathy Charles, about this, and she said she hates writing, but she does it anyway. And that's the same I feel with comedy. I'm like, I'm useless. It's like, why are you doing this? Cool. So there's 3 reasons. There's narcissistic show pony urge, because people need to look at me, because otherwise I don't exist. So there's that. And then, because I'm just an empty husk reflection of nothing usually.
Fair enough.
And
fair
there's
enough.
just the fact that I have to do it. I don't know why. I just have to.
You just thoughts come in the head.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've got to put this on paper.
I wish I could be a monogamous accountant. That would be awesome.
That'd be boring.
Oh, it'd be so much
Come
even
on.
happy life. But then there's also the fact that I just want to push my kind of radical, queer, kinky, polyamorous agenda on people. Wink.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm the conductor, yes, I'm the instructor.
I love comedy. I think that we're so lucky to have the comedy festival happen annually in Melbourne. Do you go?
I do go. I try and go to as many as I possibly can. Melbourne is transformed. Like, there's venues and buildings that you go to and you're like, is this even like OH&S? Like, what the hell? Like, there's old factories and stuff, and it's like, this is just weird how it's all decked out. So yeah, it's Melbourne's the best place to be. It really is.
It is. We're so lucky.
We are. We've got everything. All right, Suade time. Not talking about the fabric. I'm talking about the a cappella group.
Let's go see what they can do.
Yeah.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? I don't know, you're not there. I give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right and what is wrong? Give me a sign. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Hey guys, my name's Melissa and I'm here today with one of Melbourne's male a cappella groups, Suade. And for the viewers out there who don't obviously know who you are, how would you describe your genre?
The thing about a cappella that I love is it's not so much a genre as just a set of instruments essentially. And you know, the human voice is about the most versatile instrument that ever has been. So within that constraint that we don't use instruments, we do every style of music.
Having said that, more recently we've moved into the realm of electronic a cappella, which sort of involves. We started off with loop pedals, so that, you'd sort of put down a little beat or something, and then that would play for the rest of the song. And we've since developed what we believe is an Australian invention and a world first technological innovation, where we've got 4 wireless microphones that are looping in synchronized fashion in incredibly complicated ways, so that by the end of a song we might have like 30-40 voices going and all sorts of crazy effects.
That's
and
amazing.
I mean, it's all vocal and it's all totally live, but then there's this electronic element as well. So
Dun, 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 dun.
for the longest time, The longest for the longest. Yeah, it's Billy Joel. Yeah. Terrific. He was not an a cappella artist, but he wrote like probably the biggest a cappella song of all time.
I love that song.
And he never did any other a cappella. So
amazing.
This one night, I went up to this lady and I started singing it to her, and she just got real intense on me.
Oh, did she?
So like I was trying to play around, and she was just looking at me going, yeah, and like it put me off, and I got really uncomfortable in return. You remember that one? Was up in Canberra.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She out-weirded you.
She did. Yeah, and it's really hard to sing a whole song, you know, like
with someone like that in your face. Yeah.
Yeah, it was laser beams.
It would put you off.
Yeah. That was mad.
Where have you gone overseas?
Mainly a lot of time in South Korea.
Oh,
Seoul and Singapore, Taiwan, China,
and that would
Malaysia.
be hard also because of communication, language barriers and all that.
It's so hard to explain, but every time we arrive somewhere, there's just all these really friendly, helpful.
Oh, that's good.
Usually lovely young ladies who just take us around everywhere. And,
life is pretty tough on the road.
Yeah. I mean, when we started doing it, no one else was really doing it, so it was a very kind of isolated thing to be doing. But now,
and you took that chance, and look where you are now. You're doing great.
We just loved the.
And
we just loved it. Like, so it wasn't a difficult decision. It wasn't like we decided, okay, we're going to do something really hard and really unpopular. Like, we didn't decide that. We just loved what we were doing. So it was kind of easy that way. But I think, like, for most people in most bands, like, just the most important part is to be an active part of the community that you're in. Like, if you're a hip hop artist or something like that, like, don't just go to your own shows. Go to the other guys' shows. You know, support other people. They'll support you back, and
you'll learn so much too.
Yeah, and you steal ideas off each other. That's the most valuable part of having a scene is you know, germination of ideas and all that sort of thing. So,
and you've got to, you know, a lot of these battle of the bands days are really important. But the thing they always teach is you have to bring a crowd.
Yeah.
And you have to encourage your crowd to stay around and listen to other people too.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless you're an active promoter in the music scene, then you're not really doing your job. Like, you've got to pull people off the couches and well, they should be on their couch to watch quality shows like this.
Yes.
And then once this show's over,
get off their couch.
Get off the couch.
Go see some live music.
But that's how the whole industry survives, on who's buying drinks at the bar.
Yeah,
you know? It's,
that is true.
So.
Got to be shameless. Have to be shameless, and if you know, if an opportunity doesn't exist, then create it. Just like you guys have done with this awesome TV show. Like, it's just such a cool thing that you're creating here. So.
I'm the conductor, yes, I'm the instructor.
Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you know, you have potential.
Yeah, you think?
And even with the earrings, I think that adds an instrument to it. Yeah, not
Although
bad.
we're not talking instruments, because
well, no, their voices
acapella,
are instruments. So
exactly. So
you know, every singer will probably curse you if you say you don't have an instrument.
fascinating what you can actually do with your voice, I think.
Do amazing things with your voice. But shouldn't we go and check out this other guy?
Yeah,
now,
Nick B.
Yeah, Nick B. So he's a busking legend, I reckon. But the thing I love about him is his beard. You guys will see in a second. You'll be like, yeah, I like his beard.
Have you ever grown a beard, JD?
I have. I love beards. I hate shaving. The producer knows this, but he still makes me shave.
Good on him, Nick B. Let's go check him out.
Yeah.
Southern belle, my beautiful girl.
The act of busking? Yeah, okay. It's I think now it's more acceptable than ever. There was a time probably when, you know, it was frowned upon, but I'm sure if you ask a lot of people now, they might still think, what's this guy doing, you know? Get a real job. And some people just really enjoy it. I think it's totally part of the life and culture of a city, so I think it's still split down the middle.
Do you think it's giving you a lot of experience and, you know, in front of a crowd?
Yeah, definitely. It's particularly a crowd that might not necessarily be there fight for your attention, you know what I mean? So they're sort of walking past, so you've got to try and grab them. Whereas at a gig, they're either your friends or people that have specifically paid to see you. So they'll give you more of a chance. Whereas busking, you've got, 5 seconds to get their attention when they walk by.
And what's the kind of response that you get from the crowd?
Generally, it tends to be quite appreciative. And usually, people, if they like it, they'll come up and talk to me, which is nice. Some people just like to listen for 6, 7 songs and then leave, which is also appreciated, because I think if there's people there watching, they might not necessarily have to give you money, but it makes other people watch and makes you feel like you're more directed towards something. So.
And what's the most interesting character that you've had come up to you during a busking set?
I had a woman come up to me that was so old. She must have been 99. She was hunched over and hobbled up, just like hooked nose, really looked like, old Mother Hubbard. And she dropped $5 in and, hobbled away like really slowly with a walking frame. And then she came back and wanted to buy a CD for $10, and she couldn't physically reach down to get the CD, so I helped her, and then, yeah, she was just a lovely old lady, but...
Very appreciative of the music, though.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I guess it could appeal to everyone.
Your stuff is originals, yeah? Not covers, mostly?
All my stuff on my CD is original. Probably the percentage of covers I throw in when I'm busking could vary from 50% to 5%, depending on how I feel. So.
Do you think that makes you different to others, or do others do their own stuff as well?
I think some people do their originals, but a lot of people don't. But it's just, what's the point if I go out there and just keep playing Rolling Stones songs? I want to get better at what I'm doing, so I love the Rolling Stones, but they do that well. I'll try and do this well.
No matter where I've been, I'm gonna come back again to the only place I've ever known myself. I see the earth from my eyes, I wanna set sail into where the wind blows me back home. Suitcases been packed for days, and I'm homeward bound. New faces and aeroplanes, they can't hold me.
How did you kind of start off in the music industry? What made you want to just do music?
Well, I come from a bit of a musical family. My dad and his brothers started off as a band. They were called the Declase brothers, and they came from India and they played for many years. So as kids, we sort of grew up and we watched them, as little kids, watched them play in the band, and yeah, that's where we started sort of our love for music. We actually started, it's a funny story because my cousins were in a band, they were called Declase, and I was about 16 years old, so I was younger, they were a bit older than me. And they were always forcing me to join the band, and I never picked up an instrument, or I never even sang a note in my life at that stage. I was a DJ. And they said, join the band, and I said, nah, man, I can get heaps more girls being a DJ. So that was my my main interest at that age. And they said, all right, well, if that's what you think. And then anyway, they did a gig one day, and I saw, I've got to be a part of that, and then I joined the band.
So what's changed between sort of then and now, like musical style and, even you as a person?
Well, basically, like I said, I grew up listening to different types of music and being into different sorts of styles of music. My dad's band being a rock and roll sort of band, and, I grew up listening to Prince and Michael Jackson and the Commodores and all that kind of stuff. So I sort of went on my own path and took a little bit of a different direction. And the aim for us was to go through the dance scene.
So when you went into that dance scene, what was the highlight of working with those major artists?
There was some really good, I loved doing. I did a song with the Stafford Brothers called Remedy, and we just released it, and playing it out at Summer Days was a pretty good feeling. That was their gigs always rock it. There was a big bottle of Jägermeister and stuff on the stage, and those guys go crazy. So that was fun. I'd have to say that I did a song with Jam Express, Andy Murphy, and a guy named George Patz from Melbourne, and that was a really good one for us. Went to number 4 on the ARIA Club charts. And it got a bit of love over in the States, and I remember I got a video of it being played at a festival called Beyond Wonderland. There was 30,000 people there, and Paris Hilton was there actually too, just to drop that in. But
it's great. You've had a lot of it. So how do you handle the stage? Like, what do you do to kind of prep for those big audiences?
I just throw a bottle of water on people while I'm performing. If I'm ever stuck and I don't get the crowd on my side, I just throw stuff at them. I feel like that. No, I do actually do that though. I just sort of feel the vibe off it, and we're all show-offs, me and my cousins, so it's not hard to sort of get on stage and just be stupid.
There was one particular album I just want to touch on because it was when I actually heard the name. Sean Declase is dead.
You know what I was trying to do? What I was trying to do was, it was a mixtape that I did, and it was meant to be saying that the style of music that I was doing before is no more, right? And also there was a song on there called Sean Declase is Dead, because I always have this dream, and I still do, right? This isn't funny stuff, this is serious stuff, right? No, I always have this dream where I'm in a car and it's driving, but I'm in the back seat and no one's driving it. And just before it crashes, I wake up, and I've had it since I was a kid. I have it like once every couple of months.
It caught a lot of attention, and the front cover was like a coffin or something. It was really...
I was going to do that.
And now what are you doing musically?
So musically, what we're doing now is we've got a label on board that are behind us 100% in terms of the music that I want to bring out. And it's great because for once in my life, I've got a chance to just be 100% me and just do the stuff that I want to do.
It's really exciting. And not only that, you're starting your own music school or artist development school?
So Hitmakers Australia, so we've been around for a few months now, and basically it's a singing school with a bit of a difference. Our difference is that we're current ARIA charting artists, so what we teach is tailored more towards today's market, as well as doing the traditional exercises of, teaching the scales and all that kind of stuff, which you would know.
So for the future, are you kind of planning to be like a artist / producer / writer / all like never-ending list?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I write and produce my own stuff, so definitely that. I see Hitmakers sort of being something that I'm going to do forever, hopefully. And I like to have my hands in different pots.
Nice. And what's your highlight of your career? What is the best thing you've ever done?
I'm going to have to say being interviewed on Media Strikes Back would definitely be that's one of them.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for chatting to us, and good luck with the competition and your solo career. It's going to go very, very well, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
I'm the conductor, yes, I'm the instructor.
Well, that was fabulous.
It was. If I was a music artist, I would definitely go there.
And if you had the opportunity to start your own type of school,
if I had
what
an
would
opportunity
you do?
to start my own school, look, it'd have to be theatre and musical theatre, because that's my passion.
I'd love to have like a modelling school or a fashion school. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd suit you just a little bit too much, I think. But you should do it. Why
Thank
not?
you.
You've got the history there.
Yeah.
And speaking of modelling and
fashion,
shows and all that sort of kit and caboodle, tell us your little secret you've been hiding up.
We've been working on. So Media Strikes Back actually turns 1 year old, our little birthday.
Really?
And we're going to go celebrate.
All right.
In fashion and in style. And by that, I mean we're going to have a fashion show. We're going to have live musical performances.
Awesome.
So much going on. That's coming up real soon. So make sure you check out our Facebook page. Like it if you haven't done so. And we'll update you on all the fabulous designers and artists that we're going to be having on the night.
That's it. So check out the website. Watch us next week. We'll see you there.